guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. Well, it's time for another Disney World updates video. That's right, some really big news has come out recently and a couple of other little things have been going on behind the scenes. So I thought I would share with you guys all these things that might affect your upcoming Disney World vacation. So come along guys, let's do another updates video. And of course, the big thing that just came out, literally just came out a couple days ago, is Disney has finally, kind of, sorta, removed its mask policy. Wait, what? I cannot believe this happened, guys. I feel like just 2 weeks ago, we were in the peak of COVID, and now all of a sudden, masks are optional? Whatever. Anyway, that is what happened. So it started with Universal first, about a few days before Disney announced it. Universal basically said, you know, to flow with the belief of right now, anyone who is vaccinated does not need to wear a mask. They still suggest that people who are unvaccinated continue to mask indoors. So Disney World and Disneyland, by the way, followed suit just a couple of days later. And basically, if you are vaccinated, you do not need to wear a mask except on mass transportation. Anyone who is not vaccinated, they of course would prefer that you mask at least indoors. And by mass transportation, guys, I'm talking about the monorail, the bus, the Skyliner, all those kinds of things. So this is huge news, absolutely huge. And of course, the first thing you're thinking is, well, are they going to check? How will they tell the difference between a vaccinated and an unvaccinated guest? It's on the honor system, guys. So be prepared to head over to the theme parks with basically no one wearing masks. That is my prediction. My prediction is a very slight few people will be masking. Of course, it's all per your comfort level, right? No judgment here. Do what you want, guys. Just be safe out there. But yes, I suspect that most vaccinated people will remove their masks. They were doing so anyway. And a lot of people who are unvaccinated also will be removing their masks. So it's going to be a free-for-all, basically. So depending on your comfort level, just know this. There will be a lot of people without masks, and this is both indoors and outdoors, on rides, in dining, on shopping, all of those things. Again, the only requirement is on mass transportation. So you still need to pack your mask, right? If you're vaccinated and you choose to not mask anywhere else, you still need to bring that mask. But in general, this is huge news. Now, I'm going to throw it out there. Disney has done this before. They did this before, and then they backtracked. We are in the middle of what's called midwinter break right now. Disney is solidly booked up, which I will talk about later on in this video, and spring break is just around the corner. So I'm not so sure we're out of the woods yet. I do suspect cases will possibly rise again due to all this holiday travel, but we shall see, right? This is all just a who knows situation. But for right now, 100%, if you are vaccinated, you do not need to mask except in mass transportation. If you are unvaccinated, of course, Disney prefers you continue to mask indoors. But again, no one's checking. It is going to be on the honor system. So there you go, guys. Masks are basically gone. That's basically what they said, right? So anyway, moving on. The next thing to note is, guys, Festival of Fantasy is returning. Woo woo! For those of you who don't know what that is, that means for the first time in, well, forever. See what I did there? A full-on parade is coming back to Magic Kingdom. This is so exciting. Magic Kingdom has not had a full parade since COVID, with the exception of the Christmas parade, for which you needed a party ticket. But Festival of the Fantasy, guys, is returning. You know, Maleficent with the dragon, that parade. Gee, so excited. That starts March 9th. So if your trip is anywhere, you know, basically in the March spring break time zone, make sure you check out for that Festival of Fantasy Parade, also used to be known as the 2 o'clock parade or the 3 o'clock parade. That's right, that was a little insider joke. Constantly guests were asking cast members, this is totally true by the way, what time the 2 o'clock parade was. It was at 2 o'clock, guys, and it was known as the Festival of Fantasy Parade. But either way, yes, the parade is returning. In addition to that, Disney, you know, since COVID, they've been putting on these mini parades, you know, known as cavalcades, and I personally love them. I love them because they were kind of impromptu and you didn't have like all these other people that you were trying to elbow, you know, to get a good spot. They kind of just happened. Well, Disney announced a new one and it's already out. So the Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade is now happening at Magic Kingdom. What's really cool about this parade, guys, is it's kind of outside of the typical Fab Five characters or the princesses. These are kind of, I don't want to call them obscure characters, but kind of. These are characters we don't normally see throughout the parks. I mean, Miguel from Coco, how sweet is that? So expect this cavalcade to feature your friends from Coco, Incredibles, Moana. I get so many people asking me where they get to see Moana, and even Zootopia. Absolutely awesome. And the best part is you can find the cavalcade times on the app. So if you are really interested in seeing Moana or Miguel, make sure you look it up on the app. But yes, guys, parade is returning. Woo, woo. Okay, in addition to that, right, Disney hasn't had a traditional stage show in a really long time. Starting October 1st for the 50th, they did put out a morning show, which is pretty cute, but it's about like 3 or 4 minutes long. It's more of like a quickie welcome home kind of stage show. Well, Disney announced that starting, well, in a couple of days, actually, the Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair is coming back. It is a longer, a more involved stage show that happens on the castle, and it will have show times, by the way, but it's going to be changed a little bit from what it was before, and it's going to feature your friends from Frozen, Tangled, and even Princess and the Frog. That's right, Tiana herself should be making an appearance. And of course, Mickey and Friends and all those sorts of things. But yes, a stage show. For those of you who don't really realize, is the stage show is a great way for those little kitties to see all the characters at one time. So if you don't have time to go meet Mickey here and the princesses here and whatnot, this is a good way to kind of see them in a lump sum. Plus the entertainment value, you know, the dancing, the singing, the silliness. OMG, so excited. I just feel like now with the mask policy that maybe, just maybe, things are coming back to normal. So whether you are pro-mask or anti-mask or whatever, not really getting into that, but it's exciting that these things are coming back. I mean, fireworks have already been back. Now a full-fledged parade is coming back, a stage show. It's just so exciting, guys. Which brings me to a question I get asked probably 200,000 times a day. And if you go on any of those Facebook groups, this is probably the #1 question people are asking right now. So I'm going to give you guys all the answer, the truth answer. You ready for it? Meal plans. Are meal plans coming back? Is the #1 question I see pretty much everywhere. For those of you who missed the announcement, yes, meal plans are coming back. Disney did say 100% meal plans are coming back. But that's all they said. That's all they said. It was like this huge teaser that they dropped last year. That's right, you heard me, last year. And then everyone was thinking maybe in about a month or two they would announce, yes, meal plans have returned. It never happened, guys. Never happened. There is no news on the meal plan front. No one knows anything. I don't care who you hear from or who you talk to or what you're watching. No one knows. All we know is, yes, meal plans are coming back. That's what we know. But here's the thing people aren't really realizing. Just because Disney says meal plans are coming back, we don't know what that means. They could be coming back and being completely different. They could not be the same. So people are really wanting these meal plans to come back, and I get it. I loved meal plans, but we don't know in what way these meal plans are returning. So just don't get too hung up on it quite yet. Until we get more details, we just, because of how Fast Passes disappeared and then Genie Plus came back, I just have this sneaky feeling that meal plans might be controversial when they do return. It's just the way the flow's been going, right? So anyway, yes, meal plans are returning. No one knows when, no one knows how, no one knows the cost. So trying to figure out the cost of the previous meal plan and how that's going to affect your trip later on is just pointless because no one knows anything. However, I can tell you the fact that everything is kind of slowly coming back, it does make me wonder if meal plans are on the horizon. However, if you want my personal take on it, right? I don't think Disney will release the meal plan until people can successfully get meals. Dining right now is a hot mess. Many people, including people on property, are having an extremely difficult time securing those dining reservations. Yes, we do have groups of people hoarding reservations, which is not nice, by the way. But in addition to that, we're having staffing issues. You know, some of these restaurants can't staff cast members as much as they want or used to. The restaurants are also having supply issues, right? Just like all of us, we're having supply issues. We can't get our breads and all sorts of things that may be, you know, having issues. Disney's having that issue too, which is why they're constantly changing menus and things because supply is just changing. The supply demand is changing. If they can get the supply is changing. So it's my personal belief that they will not release that meal plan until Disney can fix all that, until Disney can securely staff enough cast members to, work an entire restaurant, and until Disney can get, definitely 100% supply all those pantry needs. That's just my personal take on it because dining right now is just a hot mess. So just know that, up front. The next thing I want to talk about a little bit is parking. Parking, not necessarily actually parking your car, but more or less the difference between, driving to the theme park versus staying on property and using the resort bus. So I have a lot of clients who, yes, they're staying on property. They absolutely could use the resort bus, but they're wondering if it's better to Uber or perhaps rent a car or drive their own car. So it appears that Disney is still holding back all vehicles into the parking lot before park opening. So if you are a resort guest and you want to do the early morning park hours, which is a half an hour early at this time, they could change that. Disney is holding back drivers and even Ubers. So if you really need to get to the park that early, if you are trying to, access that early morning hour, you 100% need to take the resort bus. The resort buses will get you there quicker and faster. Not only do they get to use the bus lane, but they're making sure that guests are there before that early half an hour opening so guests can maximize their trip. So if you're choosing to Uber thinking that's quicker, or if you're choosing to drive thinking it's quicker, it just might not be because they are holding back vehicles. Of course, if you are not there for early morning hours, then maybe it doesn't matter for you. But otherwise, yes, 100% suggesting you just take the resort bus. Those buses are showing up about an hour before park opening. So talk to your specific resort and see if they can tell you what time the first bus will show up at. Whatever time they tell you, show up an extra 15 minutes earlier than that because the buses aren't always on a perfect schedule. So hopefully that helps you guys out for those of you on property who are trying to maximize your vacation. Next thing up is another form of big news, guys. Woo woo. Disney finally announced that they are going to work with Mears to offer transportation opportunities that you can add to your Disney resort package. Now, what they have worked out with Mears is kind of a direct private driver situation. It is a little bit on the pricey side, but you know, all those people that complained that they waited a half an hour, 40 minutes for the bus, and then they had to be on the bus for another 45 minutes, and then the bus had to stop at 2 or 3 different resorts before the bus dropped them off. This is your opportunity, guys. You can just get a Mears private driver that we can add to your Disney vacation package, and they will just take you directly from the airport to your resort. In fact, they will meet you at baggage claim. They will meet you at baggage claim. They will help you with your luggage. They will put the luggage in the vehicle. You climb in and you're off. Super easy breezy, guys. This is, again, something your travel agent can add to your Disney package. So what's the cost? I knew you were going to ask me that, guys. So the average cost basically for your family of 4, your family of 5 is $250 plus tip, which means tip is not included. So for $250, your family of 4 or 5 can climb in a private vehicle with up to 5 suitcases, right, in an SUV, and go directly from MCO to your resort. And this is round trip. So they will pick you up when you land and they will bring you back to the airport about 3 hours prior to your flight taking off. So yeah, this is a good option, guys. I don't like the idea of paying for something that used to be free, but I also like the idea of 100% not having to wait. I love the idea of just getting there already. So just know that in advance, we can add it to your package. Like I said, $250 plus tip. If you're a family of 2, perhaps you're just a couple, or you're a family of 2 and you've got 1 kid, basically 3 or less people, you can save $50 and actually get a sedan, and that's only going to be about $200 plus tip round trip. So yeah, pretty exciting. And now for the rumor of all rumors, I have been hearing about this for weeks as a travel agent. And I don't normally talk about rumors, but I'm sharing it with you guys first because I do believe this rumor could in fact be true. That is that Disney just might be getting in bed with the Sunshine Flyer bus. I talked about this in my Disney Right Now top 5 things to know about Disney Right Now video. The Sunshine Flyer, which is very difficult to say, doesn't roll off the tongue very easily, is a new bus system similar to the Magical Express. You know, they pick you up at the airport, they take you to your resort, they will have a couple of different stops, but it's a cheaper than, you know, a private driver situation. They are their own company that just came out. Well, the rumor is Disney is working with the Sunshine Flyer, and you will be able to add this to your vacation package very soon. OMG. It's rumored to be about $34 per person round trip. They say that you will not wait any more than 20 minutes for your bus, and the whole process shouldn't take longer than an hour. Pretty sweet. They have bathrooms on board, a little bit of entertainment, and you can use your car seat. So if this rumor is true, which I suspect it is, soon we will be able to add either a private driver situation through Mears or a motor coach transportation through the Sunshine Flyer bus. So yeah, that's some pretty big info for those of you who are headed to Disney World very soon and are looking for transportation. So let's move on. So I feel like I talk about this a lot in my videos lately, but people don't seem to like either believe me or they keep asking me. Disney World crowds are back. Disney World is crowded, guys. I have so many people that were so upset. They had trips in January. They did not expect the crowds to be as bad as they were. Even though I've been warning you guys for weeks, Disney is at pre-COVID crowds right now. Many people have been waiting for 2 years to finally go on their Disney World vacation. They are flocking to Disney. Disney resort properties are booking up more than they ever have been, even sooner than they ever have been. Dining, as I said, is super hard to score. crowds are back. So if you are headed to Disney World and you are thinking there's like a sweet spot of time where there's not going to be any crowds, no. I am pretty sure every week, everywhere will be crowded. Will some weeks be more crowded than others? Absolutely. But the Disney crowds are back. January was extremely busy, more busy than it was several Januaries ago. So know that in advance. And of course, right now we are in that midwinter break period, that mid to late February. All those parks are completely booked right now. So yeah, this is just the way that it is. Masks are coming off, the parks are crowded. Just kind of know that going into it. Disney is returning back to normal, slowly but surely. The next thing, of course, is I talk about it and I feel like every single video, and that is, you've guessed it guys, Genie Plus. Why do I keep talking about this? Because it keeps changing. I just needed to announce that Genie Plus has now been estimated to be used by 50% of guests. That's right. Last time I talked about this, Genie Plus was only used by 30% of the guests in the park. That is now up to 50%. Makes you wonder what would happen if 100% of guests end up using Genie Plus. Then is there even a perk? Is there even a point if 100% of people are doing it? I don't know. It seems like eventually Disney would have to cut that off, right? But either way, 50% of Disney guests are using Genie Plus, which means sometimes, especially this week, I can imagine, certain rides are going way faster than they would have at a different time. By the time you go to select a ride, the time for the ride could be a lot later than you wanted or were hoping. So just know all those things in advance, which is why I tell people to kind of look at the Genie Plus tip board a week before your trip so you can kind of get an idea of what exactly is going on. But I will announce it right here and right now that the next video I film will be what you should Genie Plus first, Slinky Dog or Rise of the Resistance. That's right, I've been doing my homework and I have been watching the tip board for weeks and weeks and weeks now. And I am finally gonna give you guys the answer in my next video, so stay tuned for that. But yes, Genie Plus, 50% of people. Wow. Also, Genie Plus keeps changing. They keep adding new experiences to Genie Plus. So I think now that Disney's realized people are doing it, people seem to have no problem paying the money to skip the line. So Disney has added now character experiences to Genie Plus. So make sure you guys check that out. The list that I was posting, several videos ago has changed. You can now Genie Plus meeting Mickey. You can Genie Plus meeting the princesses at Fairy Tale Hall. You can even Genie Plus meeting Olaf at Hollywood Studios. So just note that everything is kind of fluid and does keep changing. So to get the best out of your vacation dollars, knowing all these things going into it is just going to benefit you guys even more. So yes, that's what's going on with Genie Plus. And now characters. I just want to announce that characters are back. They have been slowly returning. You can find these characters in kind of their original spots. So don't be surprised if you turn around the corner and there's Belle or Snow White or Donald in his serape. That's right. These characters have been returning slowly but surely. So check the app, look out for them because they are back. Yes, you have to socially distance from them, but now that masks are no longer a thing, right? It does make me wonder if eventually we will be able to hug again and get those signatures. So of course, stay tuned for all that information. But for right now, we are still social distancing from the characters. But I just put out a character video at Epcot and I was not that far away from them. And they were having conversations with me and with the little children about. So it's still an awesome experience. So don't, think just because you can't hug them that it's not a worthy, situation. It is 100% amazing to be able to see those characters and talk to them. So just note, characters are returning slowly but surely. The next thing on my list are magic bands. That's right. I announced well, a while ago actually, that Disney announced that Magic Band Plus, the new interactive Magic Band, will be coming soon in early 2022. That's right, this year, right now, early. That's all we know. Disney with their teasers. No one knows anything. We do not know when these interactive bands are coming out. I've been telling my clients to wait until the bitter end before ordering Magic Bands in hopes that they get these interactive ones. But we know nothing at this time. However, we do know that the Galactic Star Cruiser, which starts officially in a few weeks, should have interactive Magic Bands as part of their package. So that means if the Galactic Star Cruiser Voyagers are getting these interactive Magic Bands, that means Disney should be selling those very, very soon. In fact, one thing to notice right now is if you go to buy Magic Bands, they are extremely limited in supply. Like very, very limited. Like today I looked and there weren't even any plain colored bands left over right now for you to purchase. So there is a chance Magic Band Plus, the new interactive Magic Bands, will be announced and coming very, very soon. So make sure you guys look out for that. All right, and the last thing on my list is ticket prices. Ticket prices, well, they went up secretly overnight without anybody knowing. I don't know if they went out if you're buying tickets, you know, just tickets, but if you're adding them to a Disney vacation package, those package prices have changed, which means ticket prices have gone up. Now, this is something that happens every single year. No shocker, right? Ticket prices going up, but that means resort night, you know, the cost to stay at your resort room is also going to go up. So this is the time of year Disney likes to raise prices. So everyone just expect prices to change. So that means if you are waiting to press that book it now button, you should have pressed it a couple of days ago. But if you're still waiting, push it now, because I have a feeling all the, you know, nightly rates, ticket prices, all those things are just currently right now in the works to go up. So the time to score those prices is now, or perhaps even yesterday. So good luck with that, guys. But anyway, I hope you, as always, enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful or, you know, useful in some ways. But I think the biggest thing to realize is Disney is coming back to normal. We are not at 100% yet, but we're getting there. And the fact that they have basically removed the mask policy because they're not checking, which means anyone who's not vaccinated could also not wear their mask, even though that's not policy. I'm not encouraging that. I just know that's what's going to happen. Yeah, hopefully this means things are coming back to normal. So stay tuned for this channel, as I will, of course, talk about all those things once they are announced. But as always, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications, like this video, please, 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 and comment. Mask policy, it is what it is. But let me know what you think about these other things. Are you excited for the full-time parade? Are you even excited to see, you know, Coco in a cavalcade? I mean, how awesome is that? But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, stay tuned for that what comes first, the chicken or the egg video, aka Slinky Dog or Rise of the Resistance, because that will be coming very soon. But as always, guys, mahalo for watching. Nina out. Bye.